So hello everybody, welcome to my review video. Now I don't normally do reviews, however I've been doing a bit of purchasing lately, and there's elements of the purchasing that's gone a little bit wrong, so I want to show you what I've bought, why I've bought it and where it went wrong. So let me just remove this. So as many of you know, for about 2 years I've been using this Oria style precision screwdriver. It's pretty much the go-to for all of my builds, and I'm sorry I can't get the light very well. There we go, that's better. This has always been my go-to screwdriver. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a nice shape. You see you've got the swivel bit on the back, and you can see I can use that pretty competently. It's got an adjustable head, and it comes with various bits. The ends are interchangeable. Now after about 2 years, and I've just done a house move, I've managed to lose some of the bits, and I did actually look for replacement bits and I wasn't able to find any, so I decided to buy a completely new set. Obviously I've always got this handle, so that would give me 2 screwdrivers, which could potentially come in useful. So when I found this on Amazon, I was made up to bits, because as again a lot of you will know, I love the colour purple. The colour, not the film. And as you can see, you've got the Oria style screwdriver, and comparing it to the old one, it's pretty much the same. If you remove the ends, you can see it is pretty much near identical. So I began to use it, and it wasn't good. So but let me have a look at the bits. So these are some of the new bits that are starting to feature. You've got the flexible head. This came with another pair of tweezers. I've got hundreds of tweezers, but isn't it nice to have specific tweezers for specific jobs? It comes with this bit, which I cannot find any use for, because it doesn't fit the bits. I don't think it fits the bits, and this bit is far too big. Maybe it's for a drill, I don't know. But yeah, we've got these new wrench bits, which now I need a good screwdriver. I don't just do part work builds. I do things like I play with 3D printers and stuff and electronics, and these are going to be so useful. It's unreal. And again, when I saw these, quite often I'm doing a lot of nuts and bolts, so obviously I can now use this as a wrench. I can bring in my old screwdriver, and let me just, sorry about this. So whereas you get the spanner heads, I could now put the spanner head in. I can now hold the nut with this end, and I can screw the nut, the bolt in with this end. So I was just like, wow, that's fantastic. But I'll come back to this bit later. So yeah, so we've got all these little bits. We've got one that's just fallen out. I'll put that back later, I think. They don't like to go in very well. They do hold, if you get them in properly, they do hold quite well. So obviously this is also designed for mobile phone repair. So you've got 3 little what do you call them? I've heard them called splodgers. You've got the screen remover. You've got the little pins for removing the SD cards. Can't see an awful lot of use for me, but obviously it's part of a set, and just get rid of that. And I have no idea what this is for, but it looks a very good set. But again, it's too big for the screwdriver. And then if we turn it over, we have all the various little bits. There are, I think there are less bits, but they're more efficient bits. You've also got more mobile phone screen removal bits, which are handy. And what's something that's always handy is a magnetizer demagnetizer. Now let me tell you something about a magnetizer. You shouldn't need to be magnetizing a screwdriver every 5 minutes. I've seen some people, every time they put a screw, we'll just magnetize that. And you don't use it like that, because obviously you've got the magnetizer there and you've got the demagnetizer there. So if you popped a bit in, there you're magnetizing it, and then as you bring it up, you're now bringing it to the demagnetizer. So if you magnetize your bits like that, it's not going to do anything. All you're doing is magnetizing and demagnetizing. But anyway, so I thought I got a pretty good set in my favorite color, something I'd never seen before, but no, it all went wrong. I do have a photo to show you, but let me switch my cameras, and my mouse has stopped working. They are the bits, and as you can see, they are pretty much close to useless now. Now, by the time this video comes out, I will have released some videos on the Terminator, and in one of those videos you will see me struggling away trying to put some screws in, and I say, oh, I don't know if I'm not strong enough or the screws are too long. These are the actual heads I was using at the time. These heads have done 3 episodes of the Terminator. This screwdriver head has done 2 years worth of building. This one may not be used quite so much because this is a large head. So I decided that if this is what it's like after three episodes of the Terminator. Now I know there's the saying, a bad workman blames his tools, but if your tools aren't very good, I like to think I get good use of tools, but basically everything in this kit is actually rather good, except for these screwdriver heads. Let me go back to the overhead. So with the exception of this, everything in this kit is very, very good. Now it is an accurate description, but it did cost me £20. So let me show you what I picked up for £15. You do get a lot less with it, but it is £5 cheaper. So let me move to one side. So I decided that after that little episode, I'm only going to buy good brands. So we talk about Oria style, so why not get the Oria? Now, as I say, it's £15. It was next day delivery. Now what? Let me show you this. So as you open it, whoops, that came open a bit quick. So as you open it, the screwdriver bits all stand to attention for you, and that's just one of those little quirky things. So they're resting, they're at ease now, like little soldiers. When the general's not there, they'll all rest. As soon as the general turns up, it's tension. So the next thing I noticed is that they've changed the shape. So let me bring in the old one. As you see, it's not really any shorter, but it's a little bit stubbier, which means it's a little bit more comfortable in your hand. So whereas I hold this screwdriver like this, and there's a little bit of space there, and my palms don't, they hold it quite nicely, and it is a nice grip, but there's little gaps. This is a little bit more reassuring. My hand, just about all of my hand, all of that Oria is in contact with at least one part of my hand. So, and I've still got that little bit there, and I wrap my little finger around it, and I can turn like that. It appears shorter, but the reason that it appears shorter is they've redesigned the screwdriver head. So this is the actual, all this is just a little crevice with a little lock on it, and then you can put your extensions, and you've got various positions. With the new Oria, they've done away with that, and this actually is the head. So it does come out shorter, and this is actually, well, I will admit, I think this is a negative point. Well, it's a double negative point. First of all, this is the extender bar for the Oria, and as you can see, it's the one thing that doesn't fit. The old one does, so if you want to extend, but now it means you only have a one-way extension. You either got it long or you've got it short. So it is overall a slightly shorter screwdriver because of the bits. Let me just, as you can see, the screwdriver bits are still, it's the same size. But I actually quite like this. I've started using this a bit more, and it is nice. It's a really nice screwdriver to use. It has these wrench bits that the purple screwdriver has, and I suggest they're probably going to be better quality. It has the spanner heads, which are again very useful, and it has a various amount of drills. Now it doesn't seem to have as many heads as the first Oria that I bought, or the Oria style, but to be honest with you, half of them I didn't use. So let's have a look at the heads. Now I have been building a lot more than 3 issues of the Terminator with this screwdriver. Oh, sorry, I apologise, I got the wrong. So, and there are the heads, and as you can see, the only damage to the heads is that nice attractive shop colour coating has been removed. But if you look at the actual quality of the heads, they're undamaged. So let me bring in the old heads. I've got it upside down so I can't, there we are. And let me try and find, I've lost the original head. Can you believe that? There we go. So let's bring in the first 3 heads, sorry, the first head. Let me do these in some kind of chronological order. So the first head on the left, which is this one there, that is my old screwdriver after approximately 2 years of wear and tear. These 2 there, that is approximately 10 minutes, half an hour's worth of use. And then the 3 last ones, which are a completely different colour, they are approximately 10 hours worth of building. So my conclusion is I am now only ever buying branded goods. Everyone knows the saying, you only get what you pay for, and every now and again a company comes along and they aren't the most expensive company, but they manage to produce a quality product for a little bit less money. And I think maybe with this original screwdriver I found that company. However, there has been a lot of flooding of them on the market of cheap screwdrivers. I've seen them in Poundland for £1. I've seen them in B&M for £4.99. It's around £4.99, and they're all a load of rubbish. So as a recommendation, I would definitely recommend this screwdriver. It's a little bit more expensive than B&M, but I bet you I will be using this way in the future. The only negative I can give it is this extender bar. It doesn't work. I don't want to give it too much of a negative. Well, it does kind of work, look. But to be honest with you, the extender bar from my first Pretend Oria and the extender bar from my second, and then the extender bar from the Oria can all go into this, and so I can make myself a pretty big extension if I want. But in all the time I've used these kind of screwdrivers, I think I've only ever used this extender bar once, and I've always said these precision screwdrivers are perfect for the majority of tasks, but they won't. I don't think there will ever be any task which it can, one tool can fit everything. So pop that back in its case. So I would give that a rating of 9 out of 10 if I was pushed to do a rating. I don't like to do ratings because you could rate something 10 out of 10, and then tomorrow a better product could come out, and then you can only do it 10 out of 10 because that's the top marks, which makes it as good as an inferior product. So this is a really good screwdriver. Like I say, the extender bar on mine doesn't fit the screwdriver, and its new shape may take some getting used to, which I've not really given that a negative, because let's face it, when I first bought this one, this was a new shape to get used to. If you look at one of my other screwdrivers, that's kind of the standard screwdriver shape, and then this is a different shape. So again, I've had to get used to this when I first bought it, and now I've got to get used to a new shape again. I have now actually got used to this, but it took me 5-10 minutes. So the first time you pick it up, you might actually say, no, I'm not too keen on it. And the extender bar, I can see, let me get a bit of the Terminator. This is a piece that's in progress, and I think this would be a great example. Now if I want to screw and unscrew that screw in the bottom, I can actually get my screwdriver in there. That's not a problem. An extender bar would be better. This is one of the few times an extender bar comes in useful. So I wouldn't be able to use this one because I can't get it on steady in there. Now I could get my Dremel and I could drill that down, but what I'll actually do is I'll get the extender bar from another one, and there we go. You can see now that I can work on that really well. The only downside with that is that if you are looking for your very first screwdriver, you're not going to have one of these extender bars. So this is why I say it's always good to have a second screwdriver set, because if I didn't have that extender bar, to get that screwdriver I would actually use one of my regular screwdrivers, one of my Draper ones, and as you can see I can work on that really well. But I don't think this is the better screwdriver for precisions, for part works. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed my product review there. I may bring you more product reviews from time to time. It's not something that I really like doing. I think you run the risk of becoming show-offy, or look what I've bought. Sorry, I actually forgot to mention it's got this handy little box there, which I thought was quite useful. What you have also got on my last set, we had, oh, this is actually a magnetic end. This isn't actually part of this screw, this is part of another screwdriver set, but that's got a magnetic end, and this is the reason I put it in here. These ends, these came with the last one as well, and these are iPhone specific parts, so as a result I've never ever used them, but it's nice that they finally found a little place to put them. And also obviously you could it says parts box, it's got a little push fit lid, which as you can see flies all over the place, but there's no reason why you couldn't put your screws in there, although in all fairness, I do prefer my magnetic mat. As you can see, every time I pick this up, it picks something up from my desk. So you can see I've got some screws there from another part work, as well as a 1p piece. So this is my preferred way of storing my screws. But excuse me, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this little product review. I hope it acts as a warning. The Oria, something like the screwdrivers, they're not very expensive, so to spend an extra £1 or £2, I think the difference between this and an unbranded with exactly the same parts is probably about £1 or £2. They will try to entice you by giving you this superb box full of bits. You know, if this was an unbranded screwdriver, I think this was £13 and this was £8. You would go for this any day of the week. Well, I mean, I certainly would, because it's purple. But you would be back in the shops the following week looking for something like this. So as you can see, guys, I made the mistake. Don't you go and make the mistake. Buy yourself a good screwdriver.